The story takes us back over 70 years to Germany, when World War II started. Heinz and his wife Erika were just school children. Hitler invaded Poland and began moving throughout Europe. Was a lot of your schooling geared towards him? Towards learning about Hitler, or
Obviously, yeah, the schools
obviously,
were,
I was in the young folk, the youth people. That is a lower rank of the Hitler Youth.
You were in the Hitler
I was in the Hitler Youth, but it was not called Hitler Youth because you didn't join the Hitler Youth until you were 14, and I was younger. So we actually had a uniform. We had black shorts and a brown shirt, some kind of a brown shirt. That's all.
yeah, we had something
But then
similar.
you had
There was youth girls,
the
it was
youth
called.
girls.
That's what I was
and the
in,
youth
yeah.
girls, right?
Yeah,
But,
and we had a tie and I think it was brown
I
too.
think we
wasn't
had
it? and
a
a
tie.
leather knot.
A leather knot,
Yeah.
exactly,
Mhm.
right? A tie and a leather knot, a kind of a woven leather knot that you pushed up, right? That we had to, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we
And
had
then- and then-
skirts, I think,
and
and,
then from
that's
my-
similar to Girl Scouts.
Nazis or the army or the air force needed parachutes, and what do you need for parachutes? You needed silk. So the Nazis convinced us to grow silkworms. We grew silkworms in school.
We did too.
Did you? We built cages. We built big wooden cages. With help from more experienced people. But the kids had to help, and a lot of classrooms were just lined with cages, and then they would bring these worms in, and we were asked to grow mulberries, and my dad was a comparatively good Nazi. He did everything that they told him to, So we grew hedges of mulberries around the farm, and then we have to cut the mulberry branches. And when I went to school, I had to take an armful of mulberry branches to feed those damn silkworms. And I remember one time we saw a plane coming over, and an American jump off with a parachute, and I took my bike and I raced down the road. I want to see what an American looks like. I had no idea what an American looks like. So I raced down the road, and then I came close to where that pilot was landing, and there was a German army jeep picked him up before I even came close, and then the bike was laying there on the road, and then all of a sudden, the American planes, the bombers, were always supported by fighter planes, and on those fighter planes, all of a sudden they just came over the hill all of a sudden, and they strafed everything on the ground, everything that moved. They strayed. They shot, with machine guns, and I was so scared. I just lay down, and it was a potato field because it wasn't spring. It was potatoes that high, and I thought they see me, and I laid down in the potatoes and I threw dirt and I pulled out potato branches, put them over my head so they can't see me. But of course, at that speed, they couldn't see hardly anything. They were just shooting at anything. That was interesting.
Yeah, I didn't have to go through all that, so.
During the height of the war, Heinz and his family fled into Western Germany to escape the Russian invasion. Several years later, they returned to their home, which was now in Poland. Germans were no longer welcome in Poland, His father then said they were moving into Western Germany, where Heinz would eventually meet his future wife. How did you two meet?
That's
Do you remember?
I remember. Yes, I remember. But because I was not from her town. I was a refugee in her town.
Okay.
And that we came as refugees into her town, and I believe there was a carnival.
Yeah, it was.
It was a carnival, and her girlfriend
Yeah, my girl
knew me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she introduced me or us to each other.
So,
And we didn't.
and
we
then
just, right away,
we just
right
talked,
away we hugged and kissed.
Yeah. Then we just talked for a while, and was time to go home. He asked me if he can bring me home.
Yeah.
When you first met Erica, what did you think of her?
Oh, I thought she was a prettiest girl. Yeah, I still think she's pretty. Yeah. No, I was crazy. I was crazy about her. Then, but she wouldn't talk to me. So a lot of times she wouldn't talk to me.
What did you think of Heinz when you first met him?
I don't know. I thought he was great looking.
Well, am I still great looking?
No, not with your mustache. I don't like that. And anyway, that always reminds me of his father.
All right, I'll take it off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we started going out, and well, my mother, she always said, I don't know why you're writing. He's never coming back, but I always answered his letters, and so then when he said he was going to be coming to Germany to be stationed there, my mother said, don't you believe that? They're not going to send a German to be stationed in Germany, But they did so, and that's when we got closer again, and we got engaged and got married.